Hi, I'm trying to get into the United States on a student visa. I am a big supporter of Hamas, a murderous, barbaric group that kidnaps children, that rapes teenage girls, that takes hostages, that allows them to die in captivity, that returns more bodies than live hostages. And by the way, I intend to come to your country as a student and rile up all kinds of anti-Jewish student, anti-Semitic activities.
Mahmoud Khalil was someone who was involved in the protest. He was involved in organizing the protest. These college campus protests where Jewish students were harassed, where Jewish students did not feel safe on campus.
The Secretary of State said, well, I think you're a risk to the foreign policy of the United States. We don't know why. He doesn't know why.
Anti-Israel protest organizer Mahmoud Khalil blaming anti-Palestinian racism for his recent arrest. In his first statement since his detainment by ICE earlier this month, let's bring in former GOP national spokesperson Elizabeth Pipko, the co-author of Stolen Youth, Bethany Mandel, from the Mom Wars Substack, and Awake Illinois founder Shannon Adcock. Thank you all for coming on. We appreciate it. Elizabeth, to you first. The anti-Israel manual by Palestinian Action that is now circulating around Columbia. Put these up on the screen. It says, quoting here, with an efficient sledgehammer in your hand, you can cause quite a bit of damage. When using sledgehammers, get some safety gloves. You don't want to get cut, and you don't want to leave your blood on the site either. To avoid being tracked down, destroy all evidence, and face covering is key. This apparently was written recently, but you could have taken this thing back 90 years in Germany and nobody would be surprised at this kind of a statement. What do you think about this?
You know, you'll be surprised by my response, Trace. I'm so happy this is coming out. Genuinely, I think it is about time that people in our country and actually around the world can realize how much of a fall we've taken and what has happened to our education system. I think so many parents have been confused to see their children go to these universities, these elite universities that they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on, just to come back in 4 years with blue hair and a Hamas uniform on. I think it's about time people realize what has happened. I think it's so good that it came out as poorly as it did, that the entire world is seeing what has happened in our country, and that we can finally realize how much work we have to do and what kind of a change we have to make immediately.
Yeah. Now to the arrest of anti-Semitic pro-Hamas student Mahmoud Khalil. Fox News writes the following here, quoting, in a letter released by his attorneys on Tuesday, Khalil characterized his arrest as indicative of anti-Palestinian racism. My unjust detention is indicative of the anti-Palestinian racism that both the Biden and Trump administrations have demonstrated over the past 16 months. So it's their fault. Elizabeth, who knew?
Who knew? Look, he can call it whatever he wants. The fact is, we know that he was actually distributing pro-terrorist propaganda. Maybe that was tolerated by the Biden administration, but it's not going to be tolerated anymore under Donald Trump. And I also hope he and a lot of other students that are participating in these activities realize it's actually demeaning to their own cause to conflate what he was doing and support for a terrorist group with any kind of support for the people suffering in Gaza. I hope he realizes that, because the entire world knows exactly what's been going on here.
Yeah, and they do know it. Meantime, Bethany, I know you're going to the White House tomorrow. It happens to coincide with the president signing an executive order that literally abolishes the Department of Education. Your thoughts on the Department of Education going away and your going to the White House?
Yeah, so I'll actually be present at the executive order signing. That's why I'm going. And I'm going because I'm excited. I think that this is, you know, Donald Trump being elected. It was a clear signal sent by the American people that we need real change. And it's a long time coming. I'm not really sure what the Department of Education does, because, you know, over the last 100 years of education in this country, it's gone more and more downhill, especially when the Department of Education was created. I'm looking forward to the new day, because it really can't get any worse than the state of American public education as we see it now.
Shannon, Bethany, Elizabeth, thank you all. Coming up, brand new Fox News polling tonight, approval ratings for President Trump.